Do you know about breaking and entering?
Come in. Are you talking about the music website where I can find all of Milwaukee's music in one place?
Yep.
And that means anything I want?
Yep.
Pop?
Yep.
Rock?
Mm-hmm.
R&B?
Yep.
Folk?
Yep.
Indie?
Yep.
Hip-hop?
Of course.
Norwegian death metal?
Sure.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Uh-huh.
Now get out.
Wait, what?
Breaking and Entering, the Milwaukee music website for you.
Eli Stone.
Oh, what?
That should be a show in itself.
Welcome to another edition of Mr. Nice Guy. I'm Ben Slowey. Today on the show, we've got two Milwaukee's great hip-hop artists sitting here with me. We're going to be drinking some beer mimosas. We got Eli Stone's, his latest songs, All On Me, Get It, various other... You've been dropping singles the last year and a half.
Single crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then we got Spaidez over here.
Big gang going on.
Yeah, he's Spaidez has been doing a lot. He dropped 2 albums last year.
Yeah.
Juice, Strawberry Eyes 2, Baraboo, his latest song. He's got more work coming up, Strawberry Eyes 3 to conclude the trilogy. Thanks for being on the show, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for that introduction.
That was beautiful.
I had to do my research before you guys got here, so do the proper intro.
Hey, man, some people don't do it, so
I appreciate that. That you
yeah,
took the time.
definitely.
Yeah, well,
Definitely.
everyone has to know exactly what they're watching. You know,
Right.
they have to look at what it's like. You can say that you're an artist, but what is there behind that?
Type shit.
The output that you guys have and shit. So that just kind of solidifies that, so someone knows who you are and what your sound is.
Right.
Yeah.
They got the content there.
Real talk.
Definitely.
Yeah. How are you guys' days today?
Man, I'm good. I've been chilling all day. It's been my day off, so I'm relaxing.
What's working for you?
My day job, I'm a manager at Qdoba.
Word.
Come through the Qdoba on 76th Street, free burritos, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
I got you,
Damn.
Just don't come every day.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
I got you, bro. Definitely. Hell yeah.
True. How's your day, Spaidez?
I'm doing great, man. I'm actually kid free right now. That's a rare thing.
Oh, man.
wow.
That's definitely rare.
Big dad mode going on. So yeah, I'm having a great day, and the heat has picked up out there.
Yes, it has. Really, really nice day. It's pushing 70
Yeah.
today. But yeah, stormed for a sec today too. So all kinds of
That was crazy.
all kinds of vibes happened today.
Definitely.
In Milwaukee, you down there get every weather in one day. You know what I'm saying?
Type
It could be
shit.
Seriously, yeah.
It could be hell in one day, and then in the next 2 hours, it's fucking hot and
Right.
beautiful.
It was snowing.
I'm saying you're getting 4 seasons in
Definitely.
any
No
day
cap.
this time of year.
No hotel on that.
Right. So boys, so what we talk about on Mr. Nice Guy, we analyze love and fear through a creative perspective. So we're talking about how those two driving forces, just sort of how they inspire you guys to create and how they're reflected in your output.
Yeah.
So you guys have been, you guys are pretty well-known names around the hip-hop scene, and I've seen you perform, Spaidez.
Yeah.
I have not seen you perform yet.
Man.
If you love how I perform, see it.
I pull out a whole ladder band, bro. So you
Rock
definitely
Agent
gotta,
Party.
man. Anytime my next show, oh no, it's not. I'm actually gonna be at Fruling Fest. I don't know if you're gonna pop out there. Shlee's gonna be there.
Shout out Schleeberry,
Yeah, she's killing
the
it.
goat.
Gang,
That's, I don't know if y'all know, but that's my blood mother.
Man,
Yeah, no, Shlee is killing shit. I'm glad I met her. I met her just this year. That's one of the
Same, actually.
purest individuals I've ever met.
Yeah, she's very easy to just feel comfortable
Right.
with. She's real right away.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I met Shlee through High Tribe, actually. Through one of their shows. They had put her on the show around this time last year. It was at Company Brewing.
Yeah.
Met her for the first time there, and then just happened to be being on some of the same shows last summer. It's just like I seen her rise and and I was like, bro.
Bro, it's actually funny how I met Shlee, bro. I know it's crazy we're talking about Shlee right now.
Yeah.
But no, like that goes back to what I said about me working at Qdoba. She actually pulled up to Qdoba and
Really?
I recognized her. So, but I didn't know if it was her for sure. So I had to play some Von Alexander just to see if she would recognize it. So as soon as she heard it, she was like, "Yo, who's playing Von in here?" I was like, "Yep, that's Shlee." So I told her, I gave her free food. So just so y'all know, I'm
Big
not
plug.
lying about that.
Big plug.
And yeah, man, it was just raps after that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah, good shit. So I want to like, so we'll do it individually. I want to talk a little bit about like, how you guys like came to be in your artistry.
Okay.
I mean, the output's definitely been there, but that output doesn't come without, without growing up and coming to be like who you guys are today. So Spaidez, we'll start with you. So tell me a little bit about the evolution of like you as an artist and all that shit.
All right. Well, shit. The journey in Spaidez is it's a long one. I see how I can condense it. I've been Spaidez since about 7th grade. Yeah, about 7th grade. And I've been writing raps since I was like 11 years old. Yeah. But in 7th grade, I was trying my hand at battling cats, battle rapping. At the time, people still used to ask you to like rap on, I couldn't rap you none of the songs that I wrote, but I could freestyle a battle for you. And it wasn't like I was also smack DVD shit or something like that. I wasn't going crazy like that. But for middle school, I was chilling these niggas. So I forgot how the line went up, but I said some shit that if I win this battle, I'd ace you, turn my name Spaidez, something like that. But I held to my promise after the battle, and I stuck with the name Spaidez, and the evolution from then on. Yeah, I've been Spaidez since then. And I've been doing this music shit for real since like 2009. I've been in it since 2009. Like performing
10 years.
for about 10 years. Performed my first time in front of people in 2009, like at Timbuktu or some shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like only 17.
Damn.
At the time, I had to get a little permission thing from my mom to say that I would perform and I would leave after my set.
Yeah.
So I've been in the game that long, in and out. I only really been seriously taking it serious since 2017. And I say taking it serious from then, meaning that I've been consistently keeping the ball rolling. I've been dropping projects and doing videos and all that since then, and like really not faltering. I had some, when I was younger, I was still kind of a kid, so partying and all that shit would kind of just slow shit up, or life shit. I had a kid and all that shit just slow things up. But in 2017, I went through, I'm still kind of going through like this divorce process thing.
Yeah.
I was married, and when we separated, I said, you know what? I'm finna start going hard in my music shit, because that's what I really love to do. And that's where Strawberry Eyes came from, because I was going through this depressed time from being separated from my wife. And the first 2 weeks of separation, I went like really hardcore into like drug addiction in terms of like pills. I was fucking with a lot of perks. I was sipping a lot of lean. And I was smoking hella weed type shit. I'm talking about like wasn't an hour that I was sober type shit. At one time I was so fucked up. I was rolling off of like 230s of a perk. So that's like 60 milligrams of Percocets. You know what I'm
This
saying?
is probably like the worst time to pass you this.
Well, I stay with this.
Right.
It's also part of Strawberry Eyes, you know what I'm saying? I stay with this.
Yeah.
But I was going through that depressed time, and I wrote 5 songs, just perking. Just wrote 5 songs all in one. And I rapped them over the next day, because I was fucked up when I wrote them, so I was like, maybe these don't sound right. But they was all cohesive and great. Went to the studio that week, laid them all out. I was like, I'm gonna put this shit out. And that was the first Strawberry Eyes, was the 5-track EP. And it all came from that pain of the divorce, and like kind of just being at home, getting high as fuck, and just being like a depressed total shit. And then I had to get out of that, and I was like, I'm turning that into something and be here.
Yeah.
Gang.
Bro, that is some true tragedy turned triumph there.
Definitely.
Because if you think about how many projects have been so critically acclaimed and just overall have just turned heads based on those tragedies that you've endured through, and then you take that and it's really like you look back and it's like, wow, like that was such a shitty like era of my life, and I would never want to go back to that. But something great came out of it, and that definitely, like, you would not be sitting here if it weren't for
Most definitely, if it wasn't for that pivotal time in my life and come up with the Strawberry Ice series. So coming from with that Strawberry Ice 1 series, I was like, okay, got a little bit. It was the first time breaking and entering and all them, and like picked me up on some shit. And I was like, okay, I've been doing this shit for a while. I was like, it's time to switch up the sound, because I was like really more so a spitting rapper. I came from doing hip hop shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I also loved. I love the auto-tune game. I love growing up T-Pain and all that shit. And like the wavy shit. And I always, like I said before we was filming, I always been into like punk, you know, screamo, metal, all that shit. And I was like, yo, how can I mix some of my life and like into this hip-hop? And so I was like, I gotta get with it. Started really getting on the auto-tune wave, and it really kind of like put me out there to the people. You know what I mean? I felt I had to revamp and re-revolutionize myself. I felt like I couldn't look a certain way, but as I started breaking out my box, I said, fuck, now I'm finna turn up and start rocking my hair how I want to, you know what I mean, colors, all that types of shit, you know what I mean. I finna start really dripping on these niggas with the sauce, and like that's how we got here.
Yeah. We're shopping at Hot Topic out here.
Hey, Hot Topic be having some shit though.
It does.
These jeans are from Hot Topic, I'm not even gonna lie. Snap.
Yeah, I haven't been to Hot Topic anymore since like high school, but I should revisit it because I've grown into some of the aesthetics that they got there. Do your kids like your music?
They love it. My daughter can sing you some of my songs word by word, even though I tell her you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to know these words. You're not supposed to be singing this. But she loves her dad's music, and I got 2 step boys who shout out Khalil, because the oldest one, he 8. He already be loving the rap. You know what I mean? He memorized his own songs. He already comes up with them. Young star in the making. Mila already be rock star, rock star, rock star.
Nice.
She's gonna be something. I don't know what she's gonna be, but she got a bright future going for her.
There can't be any like any way to describe that joy it must feel as a dad for like, you know, kids to be admiring your creativity like that.
Facts. It's hard though. Wait. You know what I'm saying? Wait. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, hey, get everything that you try to, you know, I don't regret nothing. But you know, if I had to wear how I should have been on this ball like how I am now before I was a father, you know what I'm saying? But we doing it. And I'm telling everybody before they have kids, start getting some travel and shit out now.
Yeah.
If you want to do this creative shit, this art shit, start working on it now and really getting out here.
It's important, man. Because like, and you know, I admire that integrity because, like, I mean, I definitely want kids, but it's gonna be a while before I'm ready to, before I'm acclimated to like a family. It's gonna be a while, but you know, I mad respect for like
Definitely.
for
It takes growth,
doing that.
you know what I mean? Because it's hard not to be. I have times where, you know, I fight with being selfish and unselfish. You have to be selfless to be a father, right? And there's times, as a musician, as an artist, you have to be selfish in certain moments. There's sometimes you have to take away from your family in order to make your dream happen, right? Every time I spend to record, or every time I spend to shoot videos or whatever, you know what I'm saying, it takes away from my family, but at the same time, it's an investment to a greater goal. Yeah. I wish I had this goal and mindset when I was younger to invest. I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger doing this rap shit, I used to feel like, people gonna see my shows, people gonna see my talent, they gonna see how cold I rap, and somebody gonna invest in me, somebody gonna pick me up. And it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Most of this game is business, you know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that, you know, it takes a lot of money to even eventually make some money back, because you're not gonna get that shit back initially.
Nah, going broke for this shit, dog.
Right.
Eli, let's hear your story.
Man.
So, where did you come out of? You know, coming out thinking like with the mindset of like, you know, becoming a recording artist, and how it led you to where you are now.
Okay, so no, I always knew I was gonna do music ever since I was little. Like I always loved music. I was always pushing my parents to push music onto me because they were always playing and always blasting music in the house. But first piece of music I really remember myself listening to was Green Day. So from then,
Classic.
Green Day led to like Nirvana and like James Addiction, like crazy shit, bro. Like I was even listening to bands. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Fishbone, but it's like this like funk rock, like this crazy shit. But like rock was like my first love for music. So I wanted to be a fucking rock star. I thought I was gonna be like an electric guitar player. Once that died out, I was like, I want to be a drummer, and that really stuck for me for a while. And I always wanted to start a band, and I always, created these groups with my friends. We never ended up really doing music. We talked about it a lot. And one time I really started doing music was in middle school. I joined my high school band, and I was in the percussion. So I taught myself how to play the snare drum, the bass drum, and stuff. Well, I should say my teacher did. And then from there, I started taking these private drum lessons. The teacher there taught me how to play the drum set. And I don't know, that ended up not really going anywhere. High school is when I started listening to hip hop though. So once hip hop came into my life, I started making these new friends, a bunch of rappers and stuff. I was like, I can't rap, but I really want to get involved in this scene. So I know how to play the drums. I was like, you know what, maybe I can start making beats. So I started making beats, and you can find my old beats on YouTube here. I'm good on that, bro. You can find my old beats on YouTube if you look up Elitones. But
We're posting links.
Yeah, definitely. But no, that was actually doing really well for me. I went before I was Elitones. I went by Easy Beats. You won't find that nowhere though. You gotta look up Elitones. Don't forget the $sign.
Well, if you ever get interviewed by Nardwar, he's gonna pull that
definitely,
shit. He's gonna pull that shit out.
Like, how do you know this? Well, we have to know. You're Elitones. Nah, but like the beats were doing good, but I really wanted to like rap. I wanted to rap. So I was a very like angsty teen. Like I had a lot of family problems and stuff. So when I started to write music, it stemmed from like small relationships in like middle school and high school and things I went through with my family. The first real song I dropped was this song called Sylvester, though I recorded with my group of friends in high school. It was about this chick who I had a crush on. She was like going between me and her like boyfriend and shit. But it really picked up in my school. So I was like, if I can do this in my school, maybe I can do this in my city. So I kept recording, kept writing music, and it picked up. I dropped this EP in 2016 called Elsewhere, and it got picked up by a lot of blogs, and I've just been dropping singles since. Yeah, it's been lit.
Sweet. Good shit, dude. Like what do you, so I know you mentioned like, sort of like low relationships like in your earlier stuff, like what do you feel like is relevant to you now that you like to write about,
So as of right now, I am working on like 2 projects. One's gonna be the sequel to the Elsewhere EP that I talked about before, and the other one is gonna be this album called 3 Years, and that's something I've been writing about for like months now. It's about my relationship that I like just got out of. It was like my first real relationship that I was in for 3 years. And that, I don't know, that's what's really been new to me as far as like switching up content from bangers to love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Somehow we'll make love into bangers.
Right,
that's always like
type shit.
It's amusing when an artist can like make something super fucking catchy and lit, but also make it like out of sentimental subject matter.
Right.
Yeah. But I remember in middle school, like a lot of my friends were trying to play, like they had like it was like a phase people go through where it's like they all of a sudden want to be in a band because that's like the cool thing to do. So like they all like started taking guitar lessons. It's really just all like 13, 14-year-olds just like, you know, playing a bunch of like Nirvana, Green Day covers, like you said. Yeah. Like that was like all my friends, like they were, you know, they went through that phase of thinking it's what they wanted to do, but then by around high school, like that's when kind of the people that really wanted to be playing music kept playing music, and the ones that didn't did something else,
right? And
they started, you know, getting obsessed over shoes and stuff like that,
right?
Yeah, but but I don't know. It's kind of cool how I don't know like what that is, like why like middle school everyone all of a sudden wants to start playing music,
right?
That's when you first, to me in middle school, that's when I first realized the influence of music. Like I was watching like TV shows on VH1 and like MTV like relentlessly. Like I remember one time I watched like a 6-hour block on VH1. It was like the 100 most crazy things or moments in music, right? Or rock and roll or whatever. Like people killing people, you know what I mean? Iggy Pop throwing the chicken into the crowd and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? What was that? The goddamn Hell's Angels had stabbed somebody during a Rolling Stones concert at
what?
Yeah, it was crazy, bro.
What?
Yeah, and that's when I first learned my influence of Kurt Cobain and Nirvana, right?
Yeah.
And that's when I found out Dave Grohl was like the drummer, and I was like, I'm a dude from Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, shit was blowing my mind, bro. I just like was diving deep. I was watching like episodes of YouTube of like Headbangers Ball and shit. Like I was just diving deep into shit. Same way that I studied hip hop, I studied, you know, different forms of music. Like I was just a student of the game in middle school, and that just carried over into high school. Like admittedly in high school, like I let people suppress the rock side of me a bit, and I was like strictly on my hip hop shit and my like trap shit. And then when I got like in senior year and I got grown type shit, that's when I came comfortable with myself of knowing like, you know what, I could play whatever I wanted to.
Right. Yeah. Do you guys feel like as artists, like, do you feel a lot of pressure to like get projects out and done, like, and out for people to listen to, or like, do you feel like you're pretty good at like, you know, just kind of trusting the process and letting things happen as they do? Like, do you guys feel like, you know, rushed at all from people sometimes?
I mean, sometimes. That's why I like to like not speak as much, you know what I'm saying? Because once you say something, you kind of feel like you build those expectations.
Yeah, you're obligated,
right? Type shit.
Right.
And then like even when you tell your homies type shit, they'll keep telling, hey, what's up with that project, bro? What's up with that? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just try to trust the process. You know what I'm saying? Stick with myself and just do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, if you feel rushed through a project, it's not really gonna be what you want it to be at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta have that natural feel to it at the end of the day. You feel me?
Right. At this point, like I don't feel rushed in terms of content, right? Like it's more so like the quality that I want. You know what I mean? Like I always want to keep up and ranking quality, and I feel like people expect me to up the ranking quality because I keep a good quality in my resume. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
So like what I try to do, try not to give dates or something too much until I really got something finalized or so.
Dates are like deadlines are lethal, bro.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Because it automatically instills that pressure that like this has to be done by like this fixed time, and whether it's good or not, it's out now. Like it has to be out at that point.
I feel like you don't need a deadline unless you have a label. Right. Unless it's somebody that's paying you and they need this out in a certain amount of time because they need to recoup. That's the only time you need a deadline. If this is off your own money and shit, your deadline is for yourself. Right.
Yeah. I feel like it's just in general, like it's just a lot more conducive to an artist or creative or really anyone to to just do more than say. You know, that's why like a lot of people like to work in the shadows. They don't like to work in, you know, they don't like to work in the public eye. They don't like to, you know, constantly be posting stories of themselves like in the studio, and that's just not necessary.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, but it's like it happens a lot. Like, you see that a lot, but it turns out that a lot of the people that do that are just compensating for shit that they're just making it seem like they're doing a lot more than they actually are.
And I think that comes from them overcompensating and also trying to portray a lifestyle that's bigger than what they have, right? Because what you just said right there, people posting up in the studio all the time and shit, that's what you see on a signed rapper's Instagram or Instagram person that has all those followers, right? Because they got all those people to feed the content. When you really don't got all those people to feed the content, you just doing that all the time. Now it just kind of looks like, okay, we get it, bro. We know you rap. Yeah. Woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for eye-popping shit or eye-catching shit. I can see what you're doing behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? It's cool every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. I mean, it's good to, like, give, like, little snippets of that, like, you know, I am actually, like, you know, I have some content that I'm sitting on that, like, you know, I'm excited to share with people, but when it becomes excessive to the point where it's like, it looks like you're more focused on your clout than you are on the content.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. I agree with you guys, bro. Like, I don't know. A lot of my friends is always posting shit on Snapchat. I'm like, bro, whatever happened to like living in the moment and shit, bro?
That's what I
don't know. I was just talking to her about that yesterday. Like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, because
social media is some shit.
People also like, people like at concerts. You know, they're just Snapchatting the entire thing. And it's like, I basically just went to the concert watching your story, like, and like you said, in the moment. That's a really key thing, because like being in the moment means that you're closing off the rest of the world, and it means that like it's just you and what's right in front of you.
Right.
And I get that people want to like salvage moments, and that's why they document things, why they take pictures, but we are so preoccupied with that, like putting on that like having that it's sort of like, it goes back to that Pixar didn't happen thing. You know, it's like if you didn't, like, you know, post that on social media, did you really do it? Like, it's people are just so preoccupied with that mentality that, you know, you need that validation from your followers, you know, with the fact that you like experienced something or met this person. Otherwise it's like, you know, it doesn't matter or something like that, you know.
Shit's whack.
Yeah. And sometimes, like, I ain't even gonna lie, like, as an artist, sometimes when I watch like other people's Instagrams and all that, right, and I see hits on their page and all that, I was like, I'll be thinking to myself, I was like, maybe I have a problem. I'm a private guy, right? So I have a problem at times being open on the artist side, meaning that, like, sometimes I do feel like I hold back on a lot of shit because I do be living in the moment and shit. I be like, I be doing plenty of shit that could go viral, but I just don't be wanting to feel like a goofy type shit. Like, I be feeling like some people just be playing up to the crowd too much
type shit.
You know what I'm saying? I want to feel like that. I want to feel like I'm forcing.
I feel you on that.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be famous, I want it to be like organic.
Right.
And I don't want to feel like a goofy.
I feel you.
Don't be a goofy.
Don't be a goofy. You know, I just don't want to feel like.
Yeah, I was talking about this with a friend recently about how, like, that's like, people, we seem to like fetishize this idea that like we want to like blow up, you know, we want to like become super big, like out of nowhere, we want that break. And honestly, like, yeah, like in theory, like, sure, that sounds cool, but if you think about it, like, blowing up overnight is kind of terrifying, because in the blink of an eye your life just changes and you're automatically held to a standard, you know, like, for example, if you have like a big song that just became really popular, sure, it's great that you have this song and that people really enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's good. But that means you have to keep making songs that people are going to keep listening to. Otherwise, you're going to die with time. People are going to forget, move on to other stuff.
Right.
And it's like it just sets this like it just sets this threshold for you that like now you're like under all this pressure that like you have to. It's like even if you get like a tweet that gets like all these retweets, it's like you notice how like you'll get all these new followers after you tweeted this one thing that's like popular to people, but then they say, oh, you just happen to have a cool tweet, but like there's nothing really special about you, and they unfollow you.
Like I've been finding that it's all different types of way that people get famous now these days, right? Yeah. So like, did y'all seen that story on how Lil Nas X got famous? Mm-hmm. Right? He had a Nicki Minaj stan page. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He ran a page for a bar for Nicki Minaj fans, and he used to look it up, bro. Okay. Look it up. And he used to run a Twitter and an Instagram for me, and all he used to do was post Nicki Minaj photos. Like one of them fan pages where they just post photos and stuff for her fans. And when he dropped Old Town Road, he switched all that out. He deleted all that Nicki Minaj stuff and just put all his stuff up, right? Yeah. Which got all those eyes and all those views because, if you got, he had like 100K or something like that on both pages type shit, you know what I'm saying? Of organic fans that love Nicki Minaj. Right. But then he just switched it out and then like now they look into their newsfeed and I see this Lil Nas X.
Yeah. And they're like, wait, I don't remember following this dude.
Right. Yo.
But
that's crazy.
Lil Nas X, genius.
Genius.
Clout genius.
Genius. I was like, but you see right there, right, that there's all types of ways that people be building this social media shit. Yeah. And like it's sometimes like I just be feeling like I be too real, and I be like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like I'm too real. And like I be thinking about shit. Like you ever plot on some shit? And you be like, you know what? I got an idea. I could post this shit. It'll go crazy with it. Yeah. And then you just think like.
I got this witty ass caption.
Yeah. But then you be like, am I reaching or something? Shit. I don't want to feel like I'm reaching.
But see, and that's insane. Yeah, because like, it's just the way social media has just revolutionized how people attract notoriety and just how they attain this like how they just attain an image all of a sudden is based on like. That's sort of like the story you just described is like just a big life hack in a way. Like it's just a really cheap way to get recognition.
Facts.
But you also have people that buy followers and shit.
That is true.
They buy. I remember like you could like tag for likes on Instagram, like this app that would just put like 100 hashtags on your pictures, and then like all of a sudden like. Dozens of random ass like accounts just started liking your shit.
Yeah.
But
you got all these hashtags though.
Yeah, like it's just that's what we've come to with in the stage of social media is like people are just so thirsty for likes. And I say that being one that like I find myself like, looking to that for like validation and shit. Like I'll find myself like, why didn't this picture like get more likes? Like was this a bad post or like was this not post worthy and people don't care it's so I don't know it's I feel like if someone can like just really like what you said like just be like just post as little as possible like just posting less on social media and instead just like doing more just doing more than showing more than you'll just be more successful and proud of what you're actually doing.
I feel that.
Hell yeah. That's real shit. Mm-hmm. Work speaks for itself.
It does. Yeah. So I want to talk about, so it struck me the other day. Mm-hmm. How does like, so you guys smoke in the studio a lot?
No, I actually don't smoke in the studio. I'm not allowed to. Yeah. It's all good though. I'll be smoking before the studio.
Yeah. So it's like just a regulation there. Like
Yeah,
they just don't let you.
He just doesn't want it to affect his equipment in any way. I respect that.
Yeah. Sure, of course. So when you're creating, like, do you just like? I'm just like interested in sort of like the relationship between smoking and making music. It's obviously very popular. Yeah. Like, I guess like where does like how does it like accommodate the vibe?
I don't know. I mean, shit. I don't know. I feel like when I'm writing music, sometimes I be thinking a little bit too much, and smoking calms me down, puts me in gets me centered. You know what I'm saying?
Just lowers your inhibitions.
Yeah. I don't know. Makes things easier.
Yeah, and you know something, like, I also sometimes I have like two different recording methods, right? Like I have songs where like I smoke like during the recording process, right? And then I have songs where like if it's like a song where it's like I'm real in depth, or like maybe if I'm spitting real fast or so and I really need to concentrate on enunciation, I'll get through half my session sober, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll start off the song, really lay down main vocals and shit like how I wanted to, and then probably for the ad-libs or so, or final mixing, I get to smoking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Going into the next song. But if I know if it's a song like that, I'm gonna put the more challenging song to go first, and then like I'm gonna do a more chill song later.
Sure. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I don't smoke, but I drink a lot, and I just in a similar way, like especially when I'm going out and interviewing artists, drinking just makes me like feel like I can just approach them a lot more like comfortably. Like I don't feel like I'm not worrying like about saying this or like doing this weird. Like it just makes me feel like more sort of like it creates a vibe, as they say.
It's a vibe. Cheers to that.
In terms of like performing, like what how would you describe your performance?
Man, performances be wild. I like to scream a lot. I like to be, I don't know, it's cliche to say it now because everybody's doing it now, but like I always wanted to be that like rapper rock star guy, but like Uzi got to it first, Duggar got to it first, Autumn, you know what I'm saying? But I be turning up on stage, and then the very last song I always perform is my song Flex, and I pull out the ladder, and the reason I do it is because the ladder represents my journey as a musician, and I like to be on top. And it just creates a whole vibe. Everybody be putting their hands up, you know what I'm saying? It's dope for pictures too. I be turning up, man, going wild, bro, screaming, man.
Yeah. You seen, because I've seen at some shows before, you went through evolution of sorts too. Like I was speaking on earlier about like starting off doing like the spitting, the boom bap. And then moving more into songwriting. Definitely. When I first started recording music, I was doing it in my bedroom. I was engineering it all myself. But it was all boom bap. But I wanted to sing, bro. I was doing everything, looking up YouTube tutorials, trying to figure out this auto-tune shit on FL Studio, but I couldn't. So I started going into booking studios. And once I found the right engineer, shout out Tater Don, shout out Sonica Studios, First and Beecher, Lincoln Warehouse, it's the back cave of Milwaukee, straight up. Once I hit that studio, bro, it just set a whole new bar for me where I could start putting in melodies, man. It was more than just making a song. I started making music, bro. It set a whole new bar for my career, bro. And I feel like I gained a lot more fans. I dropped this song called Way Back with Sean Mill, shout out Sean Mill, and it actually caught attention from these boys out in Denmark. And they're actually they're actually like close homies, like real close homies. I be playing Fortnite with them niggas.
Nice.
Straight up, bro. Like, man, like if I ever go out there, I have people who I can reach out to. I can probably fuck around, book a venue.
Bro, you gotta
bring people out. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta hit that Scandinavian tour.
Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'd rather make money in Europe than in the United States because the euro's worth more than the US.
So, on the topic of performances, so I've noticed like I asked this question because like Spaidez, like shout out Camila.
That's my baby.
Yeah. So I seen how like you've like because I saw you perform a couple times and like I've seen how like you interact with like her while you're on stage, and I just think it's awesome, like how like it still feels like you're just communicating to your woman, but you're also performing and bringing the energy out simultaneously. How does your significant other motivate you, in music and in performing?
Hey, man, Camila go crazy, yo. Mimi go crazy for me. And, I don't know how to explain it, man. That's like my best friend. You know what I mean? Ever since we've been together, she go crazy. But we butt heads at times. She be on my ass. But, I love her, man. And when I wrote Whoa, you know what I'm saying? This was like right kind of in the beginning of our relationship. And I always write according to my life type shit. And like, I just kind of had the bar. I played with the words, Camila be looking like Vivian, pull up to fill up the bank. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was just, kind of making the comparison and shit. And it just went like that. It was just some true life shit. So just a way to integrate it in. And then when she started coming to the shows, I started just pointing to her in the crowd and started interacting with her. Mm-hmm. And like now, she goes along with it. We make it part of the show.
Yeah. And I noticed that because both times I saw you, it was like the same kind of like interaction.
Yeah. It adds more too. The crowd go crazy when she popping to her part and shit because it's just organic.
Add some theatrics to it.
Yeah, what I mean. I love that shit.
Totally. How about you? With your significant other?
Man.
she's behind the camera actually.
She be pulling up to like every show, taking pictures. You know what I'm saying?
She hard with that camera.
She knows my lyrics too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's pure motivation. How can you deny that?
Right. Yeah. I mean, and I don't even have a girlfriend right now, but
ladies. My boy Ben. He's looking, man.
Well, see, it's like I don't know. I mean, like it's. In the past, though, like just having a significant other just present for things you're passionate about, it's just there's no feeling like that because like when she has joy for what you have joy for, it's like there's
a better person.
There's just a lot of purity to that, So shout out to all the girlfriends and all the significant others, all the boyfriends as well, to just being so inspirational and being motivational for the creatives.
You ever think of it this way, man? You ever seen a president without a partner?
James Buchanan, he never got married, but he was the only president that didn't marry.
See? See? No. Sorry, Mr. Shout out James Buchanan. You know what I'm saying?
His bachelor self.
He was out here probably running through America, bro. He's out here on some bachelor.
There's like a reason why a first lady is like a recognized position, like
I'm telling you, Michelle was running the country. I love my boy Obama, Barack, but Michelle got going crazy on this.
Dude, whenever Michelle Obama has come in Milwaukee, she is just the crowd she garners, like all these people that are just coming out because they look up to her so much.
They got some cash too, because I was looking at them seats. I was trying to surprise my girl, right? I was trying to surprise Camila with some seats, right? I thought I was gonna be cool. I thought if she needs something for another $60, maybe $100. She just had a low seat, then it was like $500. I said,
damn, man. I'll take nosebleeds instead.
Shout out
the day.
Michelle Obama, but
pockets boys. All right, we got Eli, we got Spaidez. Getting stoned with stones.
Yes, sir.
Could be like a YouTube series one day.
One day.
Yeah. Spaidez, what keeps you up at night?
I don't know.
You're over here making gestures like you're hype as hell.
But show enough. That keeps me up at night. Fuck you talking about? You know what I mean?
Eli, what keeps you up at night?
Knowing that it's somebody else doing it too.
Ooh.
Oh, that hits.
Hold on, I want Rigo. He did my shit better.
That hits. That hits differently. You have something
else. What keeps me up at night?
What?
Dark nights.
Things, hey, bro, things that go bump. That shit fucks me up. Eli, what puts you to sleep?
Oh man, the reefer.
Yeah, I can see it.
reefer.
Right. I kind of knew you were gonna say that. I feel like, yeah, fair though. It's a common answer. Spades, what puts you to sleep?
Andy Griffin.
Nice. Good shit. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the show.
Love, man.
Yeah. All right. Let's give a couple shout outs once again. Strawberry Eyes.
3 on the way.
Yes. Juice is also out, streaming everywhere.
Yeah.
Eli's got a project coming out. It's Elsewhere Part 2.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Be on the lookout.
where can we hear Elsewhere now?
SoundCloud only.
All right.
Only SoundCloud. You can look it up on Breaking and Entering. You can look it up anywhere. It'll pop up.
Good shit. I'll be posting links to that. Thank you for watching, Mr. Nice Guy, and we'll see you next time.
Love.
Thanks.